demoralising, Ross?
I think it's a pretty strong word. I think there's a disappointment. Just league football's brutal. If you, I think we got 3 quarters pretty right. For whatever reason, the third quarter was really poor and they were really good. So, and then at the end of the day, you've got to take your opportunities. So, one poor quarter, which they would have had as well, which is the first, and then, turn it around, but don't take your opportunities. So, yeah, I think demoralised a bit strong. We did a lot right. We can learn some lessons, and we need to go forward and learn from them.
Did you have a word to Chris Mayne afterwards? He looked pretty shattered.
No, not really.
Where did you think Essendon got on top in that third quarter? They seemed to get a bit of run when Fletcher went off.
Yeah, look, I think Collier really impacted as a sub. There's no doubt about that. Look, I don't think it's a complicated game. They started really winning the ball. They turned around, they contested the ball, won it and spread really well. So that was the basics of it. They sort of that was the size of it. They won the ball, spread, and they missed some opportunities early, and then they turned that around. So, look, I thought our last quarter, for what it was, there's a lot of indicators that we did more entries, more clearances, more marks inside 50, more shots. So, you need to take your opportunities and you can't lapse. So we lapsed, they took their opportunity, and we slaughtered the ball a little bit. So, yeah.
How did McFarlane pull up from...
I haven't spoken.
Okay. What did you make of the hit itself?
I didn't see it.
On the forward line, Ross, Matthew Pavlich, what did you make of his performance tonight?
I haven't had a great chance to assess it. I don't think he was at his best tonight, but that's unusual. I'm sure he'll work through that.
Is there an injury concern there?
Not that I'm aware of, unless you are.
Was his limited pre-season just always going to leave him a bit short of the gallop early on? Is that...
Yeah, so I don't think it is sort of limited. I think he did a lot of running, a lot of work. The last 2 weeks have been pretty good, and I think he can be a bit dismissive of his opponent was very good tonight, and Essendon were very good. So I don't think you can dismiss. I don't think it's paying due respect to the opposition and how well they played, and in particular, his opponent. So, and I'm sure Matthew wouldn't want to make excuses with the media alluding to injury. I mean, Matthew's human. He's not going to be at his best every night, and he'll work through it.
Ross, the clearances, you won 60 to 37. Obviously, you wouldn't lose.
What was it?
60 to 37.
Okay, yeah.
Can you just, in your eyes, why did that not translate into a win, and where did it break down after winning the clearances?
Oh, I'm not sure yet. I feel like I said the difference has been a lapse in intensity and run and spread in the third, and we didn't defend that well in the third as a back six, and then we didn't take our opportunities. I mean, we had the last 2 shots on goal, I think, running in, and we had plenty of... You can't kick 2-7, and I don't know how many of them were rushed, but, yeah, I thought we did a lot right. I'll reiterate again, I thought, their intensity and spread was fantastic in the third, and we didn't defend it that well when they were having their run, and then we didn't take our opportunities when we needed to.
Do you think their emotion was a factor in the second half?
Oh, that'd be an assumption. I've got no idea, really. I'm really worried about my own team.
Just as a coach then, watching the final few minutes, can you take us through your emotions and what you're thinking?
Oh, look, I was up and about a bit. You saw the missed opportunities, a bit of frustration, throw the phone, all the usual. But understanding that the playing group had worked really hard and let a golden opportunity slip, and so. But we need to learn our lessons. We go down to Hawthorn, really tough assignment. So we don't like giving up. I think it was a 6-goal lead. I mean, it's not fantastic, so we don't shy away from that. But there's some valuable lessons to learn from it. The players are hurting, but and I'm hurting, and we're in it together. So we win and lose together.
Ross, if you struggled a bit, you personally or your teams have struggled a bit against Essendon over recent years. Do you put that down to anything in particular, or just a statistical anomaly?
Yeah, I probably need to coach a bit better.
Ross, other than McFarlane, obviously you have to assess him, but any other injuries come out of it for you guys?
Not that I'm aware of. It was pretty fierce, tough conditions. I think we get to assess it. We're pretty healthy, so... we'll lick our wounds. We're not thrilled. All credit to the victor. I thought they persisted and persevered until it turned their way. But we'll ride in it. We gathered ourselves at 3/4 time. So a lot to like and a fair bit to work on. And obviously some bit of disappointment. But we can't dwell on it. We need to move on.
Ross, in the past, with Pavlich being blanket the way he was, we'd normally see him go into the midfield. Is that something days gone by? We're never going to see him running through the midfield again?
Yeah, I think he's paid his dues for this club. I think it's time for everyone else to stand up. I was thrown up in the box, but I don't like the call. He's a power forward and an exceptional one, and that's where we're going to keep him. Everyone else can grow. Thanks, guys.